Are you, let's see, Brandon Smith?
Yeah.
I'm Dr. Miller, psychotherapist. It's good to meet you.
Okay.
So your grandmother called me yesterday. She said that she's been a little bit worried about you, wanted to set up an appointment. Would you like to explain to me a little bit what you've been dealing with?
She thinks I have a problem, and I don't. I mean, yeah, I love Wendy's, but like, what like little kid doesn't like playing toys with their toys or something, or like little girls like being with their friends or something like that. Like, I don't have a problem.
That is true, but Brandon, aren't you 19? You're not a child anymore.
That's true, but my parents treat me like a child, so why not act like one?
Well, I'm assuming that you have a bit of a preoccupation with Wendy's. Is that correct?
Yeah, I like Wendy's a lot, more than any other brands. Like, I absolutely hate McDonald's, so that's why I go to Wendy's, because it's all much better there. You know?
Well, would you say that this preoccupation gives you difficulty functioning in everyday life?
No, I wake up and, like, get dressed or take a shower and all that, and it's not affected me.
How many times would you say you visit Wendy's on a daily basis?
I try to visit the one nearest me at least like once a day, like to keep applying. They keep rejecting me, but once like all the other people stop applying, then they're gonna have to they're forced to come and hire me. So I'm gonna keep trying to go there like every single day, but I go to some of Wendy's other days too.
All right. Now, do you have a history of addiction at all in your family, Brandon?
My dad, or not my dad, my grandfather, he liked crystal a lot.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. I hung out with him when I was younger. And I'm not a big fan of crystal, but it's much better than McDonald's.
I see.
Not as good as Wendy's, though.
I see. Well, Brandon, I've got some things to work with here, and I appreciate you meeting with me. And
Yeah.
why don't you say we meet back in maybe 2 weeks?
Maybe. I don't know.
All right. Well, thank you for coming in.
All right. Thank you.
All right, we are now recording. So, Mr. Smith, you want to explain to us when you first noticed your son had a problem?
I'd say my boy was about 13 when he started just falling in love with Wendy's. Every time we'd pass a Wendy's, he'd scream and kick and cry, so that we'd go visit Wendy.
13 years old.
13.
It's young.
He's 19 now, so for 6 years this has plagued our family.
And he truly believes that Wendy is real and Wendy's the love of his life?
He does, and that's the worst part of the situation, because he does everything in his power to try to find her. He's looked her up on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, to no avail, because she doesn't really exist, but he doesn't know that. In his heart, he really truly believes that she is a real person.
It's just tragic. And I recall the other night you were speaking with our producers. Would you like to remind us what happened when the sheriff's office paid you a visit?
Yeah, Officer Darrell contacted me last night, and he said that our boy went down to the sheriff's office again, trying to put out an Amber Alert for Miss Wendy.
An Amber Alert?
An Amber Alert.
Oh, Lord. What, do you think we should go check on him?
I think we should, yeah.
All right. Hey, Brandon. How are you doing?
Not doing well. At all.
Well, what's wrong? What's been going on?
I can't find her.
You can't find Wendy?
I can't find Wendy. And my parents are telling me she doesn't exist. My grandma tells me she doesn't exist. But she does. Like, why wouldn't she be in the commercial? Like, she's in the commercial. She's on the logo. She exists. I've tried to find her on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, any of them. And I can't. I've gone to the police. They said I was crazy. referenced you, you know, to come see you, but like, I just want to find her.
Well, now, have you ever spoken to her, Brandon? Have you met with her face to face at all?
No, but she has to exist. Like I know like Obama exists, but I haven't talked to him.
Brandon, I know you might not like to hear this, but I think what you're experiencing right now is a slight psychotic break. And if it's all right with you, I do have an idea of some antipsychotic drugs that might help you.
I don't want crazy pills. I want to find Wendy.
Well, Brandon, they're not crazy pills. They're just simply something to calm you down. I know that you're in love with Wendy, but you know, I think that you might be truly in love with an idealized version of someone you truly like to be with. You place all these ideals and values on something that doesn't really exist.
She does exist.
In your heart, she does. In your heart, she does. And these are going to help you calm down, all right? So all you have to do is take them to your pharmacy. Which pharmacy do you use?
I don't know. I'll have to talk to my dad.
I'll call your grandmother. All right. So make sure you pick these up. I'll already have them called in by the end of the day, and go straight home. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
If you need me, you know you can call me. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
All right. I'll see you next week.
I'll see you.
Oh, was it recording? Okay. When we first noticed problems with my grandson, he was a little bitty thing, and I remember I would take him to the Wendy's and get a kids meal and all, and he would just stare at the Wendy, just stare at her. He's in love with her. He was in love. I told him, honey, she ain't real. She ain't real. You in love with the logo. That's what you in love with, but he wouldn't have none of it. And yesterday he made one of them DVDs, an hour's worth of commercials. He watches it over and over and over before we go to bed, before he wakes up in the morning. He just watches it over and over, and we're getting a little worried he's not going to go to college. All he wants to do is work at Wendy's. He's applied to every Wendy's within the 25-mile radius of the house at least 3 times. We're getting to where we're very worried, we're very concerned, and I just want my grandson back.
Brandon.
Hey, Dr. Miller.
Good to see you again.
Hey, nice to see you.
How's everything going?
It's been going better, actually. I don't have as many fights with my dad or my grandma. I haven't been going to Wendy's as much anymore. I've been trying that method you told me about.
Good.
Yeah, I'm up to, I think, 3 a week now. I stopped going and applying to the Wendy's closest to me.
Very good.
I feel like they're not gonna, you know, actually accept me.
Well, you know, Brandon, there are so many opportunities out there in life. You just need to be open to them.
That's what I'm slowly learning. Like I'm 19 now. I should be able to go to college and not get stuck back home.
Oh, certainly.
It's still hard.
I understand that it's hard, but you look better. I mean, you're chipper. You know, you seem more confident, and that's good. That's good. I think we're slowly getting out of the woods.
Thank you, doctor.
So, yes. And you've been keeping up with your medication?
I have.
Good. Very good.
So.
Well, I have to say, I'm very proud of you, Brandon.
Thank you.
I am. I know that your father is, your grandmother. So I say we meet back in, we can probably do a month.
A month?
Yeah. I say
That'll
you're
work.
doing well enough.
All right, I'll keep up the good.
All right.
Good
So
work.
I will put you down for, let's say, October 4th, 2 o'clock. Does that work for you?
October 4th. I think that will. All right.
All right.
Cool. Thank you, doctor.
Good.
Awesome.
Good. Oh, and Brandon, on your way out, would you throw this away for me?
Yeah. I can do that.
Thanks.
See ya.